So welcome to this video. Today I should be going through my whole process from the beginning to the end of a manicure, including the nail care routine that I always do. As you can see, I still haven't moved my nail polish yet, so I'll be taking the whole process from start to finish. And I'll be adding in a few hints and tips on natural nail care during the video as I remember them and think of them, to help you all as best I can in your nail journey. As you can see, this is my area. It's not ideal. This is part of a utility room that I'm in, and I also share it with the cats and the dog that come in and out. So it's not an ideal situation, but it's the room that I have. So I should first of all take you through my setup so you can see what I'm working with normally, and how I store my nail polish and all things nail related. So I hope you enjoy the video. If you did enjoy it, please do make sure you like and subscribe, and please comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say, because all these things really do help the channel, and they help YouTube to promote it so that other people can find me. So I have a shelf here where I store some of my nail polish. A lot of it I do store in a cupboard, which I'll show you in a moment, because it's not really good to get too much light to the nail polish. It'll degrade it over time. And here you can see my little pop sticks where I create my nail designs. Every new polish I get, I create one of these, because it makes it a lot easier when you're designing a manicure, because you can clearly see the colours, and you can remove them from the ring here so that you can display them on the counter and just play about with different colours and different colour schemes and different colour combinations, and design your manicure before you do it, so it's not hit and miss. You know exactly what you're doing and how it's going to turn out. And sometimes that takes some time, particularly if I'm doing some stamping. I will pre-stamp on one of those sticks, and sometimes I'll think, that's not quite right. No, I won't do it. I'll do it again, or I'll do something else. Because once you've done it on your nails, it's too late, obviously, and that creates for a lot of disappointment. There's so much disappointment I've had from that in the past, that I always do this now. And I keep a selection here of the good stamping designs that I've done, so that I can recreate it if I want to at some point in the future. But I do find it's a challenge to pick a design. So sometimes when I'm feeling a lack of inspiration, I can look at these and think, oh yes, I remember that was nice, I'll pick that one. And I'll recreate that design. And this is a selection of glitter polishers, and this one is just for toppers. And as they're on a clear base rather than a white or ivory nail coloured base, I can then take one of these and lay it over another stick with a coloured polish to see how that's going to look over it, like that. And this is my usual recording setup. I have this arm that is connected to a tripod, which my husband made for me, and I can slide it backwards and forwards like that. I use my phone because it's the easiest way, because I need to get directly from above to film it properly. So the only way really to do that is with your phone, but I can adjust it this way and that way, and backwards and forwards. And then this section here I often use for when I'm doing stamping, so that I can move it to film where I'm stamping and then back to the manicure. And this is my collection of nail stampers and just various different bits of equipment. And here's my main storage area for the nail polishers. And I organise these by brand. There's OPIs, that one, and a lot of SCs and Orly at the front there. And then this one is a mixed variety. At the back there I've got Nails Inc. And then there's some Cuticle and some China Glaze and Zoya, and a few of the Rimmel ones at the front there. And that's various bits and pieces, some nail art brushes, and some water decals there, which I occasionally use. And in here I have a load of loose glitters, which at some point I'll do a video on how to apply loose glitter to your nails, because you can make your own glitter polish with the method that I show you. I do that probably sometime in the winter time when it's glitter season. But you can just buy these, you know, from the pound shop or something. Any kind of glitter, particularly fine glitter, is ideal. And then there's top coats down there. And at some point I think I shall do a video on various different top coats. I'll do a review on several different top coats and to show you which one I prefer and why. So I will just pan around and you can see the area I'm working in. As you can see, it's a utility room. Cat beds on the top there. So I do apologise if you hear the cats crunching their biscuits. They also live in this room too. Or they come in here to have their food. So this is my zone. Place where I have me time and where I'm the happiest. My little piece of sanctuary. So let's make a start. So the first thing to do is remove my nail polish. So I'm going to use these quarters of these circular cotton pads, which I've cut. And this is just a non-acetone nail polish remover. And the soak-off clips. I go into more detail on what I'm doing here in another video. So I'll put the links to all these other videos where I explain these things in more detail in the description for you. But I shall probably speed up this bit because this is a boring bit. And this process I'm showing you today is a process I go through every time I do a manicure, which is twice a week, definitely twice a week, possibly 3 times a week sometimes. Now I've just noticed I have a crack across here. So I will be putting, once I've cleaned my nails up, I will be putting a little bit of a patch on that just to stop that from completely breaking off. At the moment it's only split on the top part of the nail, and I know why, because I've been doing a lot of gardening, and as nails are getting longer, what's happened is it's bent as I've been doing stuff, it's bent over. But it's not broken yet, so that can be fixed. And this one, which has a patch on it, is starting to degrade slightly. What I'll do is redo this one as well, remove that and do both of them. So I shall now go over to the sink and show you the next step. Okay, so I need to give my hands a good scrub now. Wet my hands first of all, and then I shall use some hand wash. A good wash first of all before I start scrubbing my nails. And also it softens up the cuticle area as well, ready for that process. And then I shall use a nail brush and I scrub all the way around the cuticle area here, the whole of the nail plate, to get sort of the chemical off. And as I used a dark polish, I need to get any kind of staining that might be around there, but it should come off once it's had a good scrub. Good scrub all the way around. And then under the nail. And what I do is I pull the skin back of my finger so that I can really get in there and give it a good, and do it from several different angles, from that side and from that side and that way as well. Get rid of all the chemical and give them a really good clean as well before applying the next coat. And also this hand. Not so easy to do this hand because this is my dominant hand, but you can kind of move the hand rather than the brush. That's often easier with your dominant hand. And again, under the nails. Good. Scrub it again under the water. Gently dry. Okay, so the next thing is to remove this, which I need to use acetone for. And again, one of these. Soak it well. Now, it's only very slightly cracked on the top, so what I think I shall do is just apply some glue on it. I don't think I put a silk wrap on it, and I have the same problem here with my thumb. And this one too, slightly, but that one's okay, I think. So I should put a bit of glue on that one, and a bit of glue on that one, I think. That's had a few minutes, so I'll have a look at that. You don't want to leave the acetone on too long, because it could degrade the nail. It's not really good to put a load of acetone on your natural nails. But sometimes you need to. This fine 1000 grit buffer, I'm just going to buff it off where the acetone was there and the silk wrap was, just so I've got a good base for the next silk wrap. So as you can see, the crack is still happening, so we need another silk wrap on that. So again, there'll be a link to the video on how to fix a nail in the description. I should just plough through this. If you want to know more, please check out that video. I did have a bit of nail glue on the side here, so I'm just going to buff this off and just see, do I need to do anything to this nail as well? Yes, I think I will, because there's a slight crack here, so I'm going to put a little bit on that side, and as you can see, there's a little crack starting here as well. So in fact, what I might do is to put a patch on from here up to protect all that, because that's a slight bend there where it's bent over slightly. There's a crack coming there, and that's cracked down there. That's the joy of gardening when you're trying to have nice nails. The ideal thing would be when you're doing stuff where you've got to do a lot of stuff with your hands to fine your nails down short, but I'm not willing to do that, so I just have to keep fixing it. So while I let that dry, I'll talk to you a little bit about general nail care. Obviously, you know, I wasn't expecting on doing this today and didn't realise until I took my nail polish off how bad it was. So sometimes you just have to change your plan and you just have to fix it. Obviously, you know, it would be ideal if you just went around and didn't do much with your hands and just sat around like a lady. But that's not very practical in life. And there are lots of things that you have to do with your hands. Gardening in the summertime and various jobs around the house, which can put your nails in danger, no matter how careful you could be. So a nail fix is a fantastic tool to just hang on to those lovely nails if you can. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it is too bad to repair and you just have to file them down and start again. That's quite depressing when that happens, but the nails do grow, and you know, be assured that they will grow again, and just take care of them as best you can and they'll get long again. It's only temporary. But there are some ways that you can protect them. Number one is to keep them out of water as much as you possibly can, because your nails absorb a lot of water, and if you're washing up, obviously you have to wash your hands. It's important to be hygienic, but try not to immerse your hands in water if at all possible. So wear gloves when you, say, washing the dishes and doing other household chores. When I'm gardening, I wear gardening gloves, which does protect them to a degree, but it's still, if your nails are longer and you're doing things where you're pulling weeds up and things like that, you know, if they're longer than the end of your finger, then they may bend as you're doing that. So that's what happened with my nails. It can be a challenge I'm finding as my nails are a bit longer at the moment. It's a challenge when I go shopping to press the buttons on the, you know, for your PIN number for your card. I find that a challenge. So usually my husband's with me, so I've started to ask him to pay. It comes from the same bank account, but he's got his own card and he can put in his number. Alternatively, what I have started to do is take, say, a pen or something in my bag and use that, but it was a bit slippy. It didn't seem to work very well. So I'll experiment with different ways of doing it. Some people say that they can use your knuckle, but I'm not very good at that at all. So you just have to experiment with different ways. Obviously, for smaller purchases, you can use contactless, which is a lot easier. But obviously, if you've got a big purchase at the supermarket, it's going to be more expensive than you can do that. So you need to find a way of doing it. And various things, buttons and things, are fairly easy to push with your knuckles. The toilet flush, I have a toilet flush which you press, but I managed to do that with my knuckle quite easily. Getting in and out of the car, grabbing things quickly, like grabbing a seat belt in the car, that's quite a danger point. Putting your hand into your handbag or purse, as it's known in the States. If you're putting your hand in quickly and trying to root around and find something, that is a classic time when you might break a nail. So the main thing is all these things to try and prevent you breaking your nail in the first place. So just being more careful, and sometimes you just have to tell yourself, look, slow down. Do I want my nails to break? No, slow down. If you just go a little bit slower, it will make all the difference. I believe diet has a major impact on your nail health. A healthy diet, and particularly a decent amount of protein, because protein is what your nails are made from. So all the building blocks of your body, really, in you know, your muscles, your skin, your hair, your nails, it's all made from protein. So if you find that you're having weak and brittle nails, try upping your protein. Try upping your protein and decreasing the amount of toxic foods that you might eat, convenience, high processed foods. There's all sorts of things in these things that actually rob your body of nutrients. So, you know, a diet as pure as possible, as close to the natural food as possible, is good for your nails. Over the last 12 months ago, I changed my diet, and I'm eating significantly more protein, and my nails have really strengthened. My hair was thinning a little bit due to the menopause, due to my age, which I thought was due to my age, but after changing my diet a bit, my hair has really thickened. My skin is clearer. So I think what you eat and drink does have a major impact on your health, particularly of your hair and your nails. Using nail oil frequently can help. I actually don't use it hardly at all now, because I find that my nails are so strong that I don't actually need it. I tend to use hand cream more. So I use hand cream and I rub it in and really rub it around the cuticle area. And I think that actually, personally, I prefer this to using the oil. It's not as oily. I find the nail oil, it just stays oily for such a long time. And it sort of gets on my nerves, to be honest. And I would say the best way you can protect your nails is keeping nail polish on them, because those layers of nail polish really do protect the nails. You know, I find that my nails are in most danger in the period of time when they have no nail polish on them. Definitely, because it resists bangs and scratches, and it really does a lot to protect them. Right, so that's all done now. Nice and smooth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give it one quick file around the edges. They don't really need filing. I don't want to file them down much today. Just to take any rough edges off, really. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I always start with the middle finger and I work my way back this way and around this way. I just take 4 or 5 swipes across and then around, just to smooth it off.
began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay young forever, we'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna.
Right, so now I'm going to go to the sink and give my hands a good scrub again, just to sort of soften the cuticle area because it's been a while since they were washed, and then I'll push back the cuticles. And just buff off the little bits of cuticle. You want to make sure it's a very fine buffer like this. This is a 1000 grit. Right, I shall now go over to the sink and I'm going to exfoliate around my cuticle line here with some exfoliant, which I'll show you. So I've got some exfoliant wash here. And it's good for your hands as well. So all over my hands. And then I rub it into my nail in a circular motion, or particularly around this cuticle area, to exfoliate that, any little bits of cuticle off. And it makes the skin around your nails here nice and soft as well. Give it a good rub around first. Put a little bit on my brush. Scrubbing quite hard around the cuticle. Wash that off. Follow that with some hand wash, as we did before. And then gently dry your hands with a towel. So now I'm ready for the polish. Now, because I've given my hands a really good scrub, I'm going to leave it about 5 minutes before I apply polish, because you don't want to get water trapped under your polish. It won't make your polish last, and you don't want that moisture there. And I shall be using the same base coat that I always use, which is OPI Natural Nail Base Coat. I find this is the best. I've tried other ones, but I find that this is the best, so I stick with this one. And I will apply 2 coats because I think it gives it a bit of strength to the nail, and it really helps the nail polish to apply well. As with all these processes that I'm going through, it'd be worthwhile you checking out the video that is specifically for that process. The links for these will all be in the description for you, and I go into a lot more detail on step by step of what I'm doing, with hints and tips with that. The nail polish I'll be using today is one by Essie. This is called Baha Moment, and it's a lovely, well, I would say like a raspberry colour. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to show up quite like that on the camera, but it is slightly more purpley than this, more of a raspberry colour, I would say. And it's a nicely pigmented cream polish, not too thin, it's not too thick, it's quite nice. I reckon that this would probably cover nicely in 2 coats. It all depends on the polish. Some of the lighter polishes you need more coats to get a good opacity, so that it doesn't look streaky. And some of the darker polishes, if they're more of a silky consistency, there's a little bit thinner, and sometimes to get the depth of colour you need 3 coats. We'll see. I think this will be a 2-coater this time. Now I just want to check. Now it's not quite dry, it's a little bit tacky, so I'm going to leave that a little bit longer until when I touch it, it just feels shiny and it doesn't feel tacky.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be 2 hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The glass so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be 2 hearts running wild.
Now I've had several comments, people commenting to say how wonderfully I paint my nails, etc. But just to sort of show you that it's not actually wonderful. It's all about the cleanup. You know, you can see there I've gone onto the skin slightly. It's not perfect here. You know, just to show you, it doesn't have to be perfect. A cleanup brush does wonders. The important thing is to get the polish on the nail in the right places so that it's, you know, not insufficient polish, but not. The main thing is try not to flood the cuticle here, because that is a nightmare to try and clean off, and you won't, particularly with a dark colour like this, you'll never completely get it off. It'll bleed into the cuticle. So the important thing is to leave that little bit of a gap if you can. And then you can get a nice curved line, and it's easy. It looks like once it's all been cleaned up, you've got a lovely professional finish. But it doesn't mean that I'm fantastic at painting my nails. Believe me, I'm not. It's just, and to get to this point, I've had a lot of practice. I think for the last, I would say 4 or 5 years possibly. I've been doing my nails myself, had natural nails, and I've been doing a manicure at least twice a week, possibly 3 times a week during that time. So that's a lot of manicures, and a lot of them were really bad, particularly at the beginning. But it's just practice. Just keep doing it, and you will get there. And there's always the cleanup brush and acetone.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be 2 hearts running wild. So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be 2 hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay young forever, we'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're
So as you can see, there's a lot less cleanup with the second coat, just a little bit around here, because you've got your baseline from the first coat, and so it's always a lot easier, always much better with the second coat. So I shall just let that dry for a little bit and then apply a top coat. So I shall be using this top coat by SC, which is the one I'm using at the moment. I go through different phases of doing different top coats, and say I will do a video on a review on various different top coats. I always use a fast drying top coat, because otherwise you can get imprints on your nails and you smudge your nails, and it's just really, really difficult unless you can just sit there for hours and hours and hours and not touch anything, which is just not practical. So a fast dry top coat. This is a gel effect top coat. So it's sort of just really shiny, that's all it is really. Platinum grade finish, it reckons that it dries quite quickly and it's nice and shiny, and that's the main thing that I want. Although I will apply 2 coats, because I find if I just apply 1 coat, it's not very strong and it can sort of scratch and dent a bit. So I'm still on the lookout for the perfect top coat, so I shall let you know how I get on with that when I do the review. Ideally I want one that will cover well in 1 coat, not dry too quickly, otherwise you can find that it's drying as you're painting it on, which is, you know, that's difficult, and it can then make some of the fast dry top coats can make your nail polish shrink, which just ruins your manicure. It looks fine when you do it, by the following day it's shrunk, and it's sort of, you get a line here where it's shrunk on the edge. This one doesn't do that. So anyway, that will be something I'll do in the future. yeah, that's pretty much it. So now all I need to do is to apply some nail oil or hand cream. I shall just put some hand cream on. This has been drying now for about 5 minutes, and it's touch dry. Be very gentle with it, but it's okay if I put some hand cream on. I shall apply very gently. And then gently just massage it around the cuticle. That's my complete manicure routine from start to finish, including the nail care in between. Obviously, I don't every time have to fix a nail. That's an unusual thing. And I don't always push back the cuticles. If I'm doing my nails 2 to 3 times a week, I probably only do that once a week, and a little file on the edge of the nail. That would be a weekly thing. But as I polish mine 2 to 3 times a week, it's a bit excessive to do that every time. So it's usually just removal of nail polish and scrubbing my nails, maybe a little bit of buffering just on the bits that have had a nail fix on, just to smooth them off again, or whatever, wherever it needs it, and then polish my nails again. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you got something from that and you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.